what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is Scarcasm. I'm your host, Scarfinger, and Chase is not in the building today. That's usually the next thing that I say. So it's a little bit weird that he's not in the building today. Okay, full disclosure. Chase pushed back the time for us to start, and then didn't actually show up for the start. So we had to pretty much like go in and like try to finagle some shit just so we could try to get a show out for y'all. So Sam is in the building though.
Yep. Right here.
And we're just gonna go into just a little bit, just try to do a quick show. We do have a question. We do have a question that Amber actually asked, but it's not a question. It's a question that I probably got to sit down with for a minute.
I couldn't even just think mine up. It just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is sit down. I don't know how we want to do it because typically these shows last a little bit too long for me. Especially with being so late in the day, like when Chase and I did that early show, like, I had all the time in the world. But what I might end up doing is having us all record just a short little file of like that with the answers and just putting it up for, just put it up on the feed. I'll send it to Chase, let him edit it, and we'll put that on the feed separately from this or whatever the next show is going to be. So I think it gives us time to think about it, and then we can record something on our own. And then for y'all, like if y'all want to do the same, like if you want to just record, like use the voice record on your phone or some shit, and record yours and send it to us. The things, the question was, it was a list. It was list 5 games that you absolutely love to play. I think what she was looking for is more of a, the games that you keep coming back to. That's what it seemed like for me. Yeah, for you, Skyrim, which is available on the Switch. I've never played Skyrim. I have never, I played like about an hour of Oblivion, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
The one on the Switch, you can choose Link's sword and Link's outfit. No, seriously,
I've never played a Zelda game. So like that means like not much.
Well, there's people out there that are into that. So.
Right. I mean, I understand it, and I understand why someone would want to do that. I just don't know. That part ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? So, man, how's your?
It's like playing Killing Floor, and like you can be Master Chief.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would love the if they had like an infusion of Killing Floor, and it had like like a Master Chief outfit for like one or more of your characters, and the weapons which would make the difference for me anyway. The weapons would make a huge difference because they add 2 or 3 weapons, well basically 3 weapons every of the updates, which basically is on like 4 major updates, but like just adding like all of the Halo weapons in one update would be fucking fire. All right, so like I said, we're gonna record ours separately and send them in. If you want to do the same, do the same. And just you can send it to the email, which is scarcasmlive@gmail, or like if you want to try to get it to us in any other way, you can hit us up on all of the ways to contact us in the show notes. Just say, hey, I recorded one, holla at your boy, and we'll get it, and I'll have Chase put it up. So so how's your week been?
It's been okay. Been watching my Japanese wrestling. It's their prime season right now, so you gotta get it. They have shows almost every night at 2 a.m., so I gotta get that down. Other than that, it's time for Listeria to make a return since the Bluebell Fudge bars are back.
Man, I'm still like we talked about this already, but
we talked about this on Discord.
Yeah, I'm really missing my Millennium Crunch. Like, I really need that.
And I had me some of that a few months ago. You should have been there. It was great.
Really?
No, well, something me and Chase were talking about. They've been using that same picture of the same coach on the box of the fudge bars since like I was a child.
Really? So like, it's just always been the same?
Yeah. So yeah, like the pictures on all the Bluebell boxes, they're all the same. They have not changed one of those.
So
I'm sure you've seen that picture before.
So who is that?
It's just a random coach. It's just a guy with a coach hat. With the hat. I'm guessing he's in like a tracksuit or something, and then he's just holding a hat.
I went back to the Discord and I'm looking at the picture now. He looks like Frank Caliendo.
It kind of does.
Yeah, it looks like Frank Caliendo.
The only thing that's changed about this box is like now it says 110 calories each.
Okay, so I understand that there's some people out there that count calories, but like when it's time for me to eat a fudge bar, I am not worried about how many calories it is.
I mean, come on, you've already submitted. You've already given in that you're going to eat a fudge bar. What does it matter how many calories it has?
Right.
It doesn't. So yeah, no, just been I didn't note that I didn't actually buy these things.
Okay.
But they're there if I wanted them.
Okay. So, I mean, okay. So, but like, even with like the reason why I can't get it no more, like the listeria concerns or whatever, did they ever truly go away down there?
Yeah, they straight up disappeared. Like Walmart stopped carrying. Walmart still will not carry it.
Okay.
You got to go to the outskirts.
Really? Oh, so you got to go to the Piggly Wiggly in order to get some now. Like you can't get them in Walmart. You got to get them in the Piggly Wiggly now.
No, yeah, you got to get them in the little, you know. You got to get them in the little. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you got to go to the little corner shops and stuff like that.
Damn, like how the mighty have fallen. Like that's some real shit right there.
Yeah, but it's still gonna sell. Like
absolutely.
Missing out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's like y'all thing though. Like the whole thing with y'all and the ice cream and all that kind of shit. That's like a real like thing. And like the worst part about it is before it was available here, like y'all would talk about how good fucking Bluebell is, and I'm just like, it can't be that fucking good. Like it really just can't be that fucking good. And then we actually got some, and I was like, you know what, y'all right. And
remember Bomani was talking about like after the listeria thing, he said he had like two tubs in his freezer that he was not giving up.
You know what? I did. This is what happened when the listeria thing came out. I actually had some in my freezer at the time. And so like they gave us the codes to check on the bottom to check and see if your shit was good or not. Now, full disclosure, whether or not that my code matched or not was not going to change whether the fact I was going to eat my Millennium Crunch. Like that shit didn't change that at all. Like that shit was going to get ate. It was going to get eaten.
Yeah. I remember there was like a whole thing down here where like it was popping up in Facebook. It was popping up in ads. It's like, Bluebell's coming back. Bluebell, and like we're like, what? No way. But when they came back, it was only like 4 flavors. The Millennium Crunch was not one of them.
Motherfuckers.
So yeah, they're slowly bringing them back. So they brought back the fudge bars barely, like just recently.
Man, now we just need Walmart to get on board, man.
Oh well, I mean, it's funny because like they really don't care about their customers, but you know they care about they seem to care if you're gonna die or not.
Yeah, I mean, like I get it. Like you know what I mean. Like it's basically Ivan Drago. Like if he dies, he dies. Like if they die, they die with the Millennium Crunch. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, really, like you would think Walmart would be the one to be like, I don't care.
Exactly. Because Walmart is Walmart, and Walmart has always been Walmart. And I don't think Walmart cares if I get fucking listeria and die. I think they only care about, like, if they sold it to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like we don't want y'all to sue us, so like let's go ahead and wrap this up, B, and let that be what it is. But I don't. Walmart don't give a shit about me, so fuck it. Walmart do y'all job. Put Bluebell back in the damn shit so I can get my Millennium Crunch.
Right. What's up, Chase?
What's up, man? How's it going, Scar?
What's up, dog?
No, Chase, do you have Bluebell over there?
It's in the stores, but I don't really do much ice cream and stuff.
Do you have Millennium Crunch? Can you send your boy over there some Millennium Crunch before he kills somebody?
Yeah, I will go to North Carolina for some Millennium Crunch. Like, for real, I will do that. Like, I went. Look,
I'll look for it.
I went to North Carolina just on, to go hang out with Chase for that day. So I already know the way. Like, if you tell me that there's gonna be some Millennium Crunch in my future, I might have to start planning the trip.
Oh my god! Like, I don't know if it was it was 2 years, two Christmases ago. 2 Christmases ago, they had Christmas cookie Bluebell ice cream.
My niggas.
Like, bro, it tasted like, the snickerdoodle you used to make? It tasted like that.
Word. For real, I would do that shit. I would do that shit in a heartbeat. For real? Like, you tell me, for real? Like, bruh, I'm all about that shit. I would do it. So okay, so you got you some Bluebell.
No, I actually didn't. Like I said, I didn't even buy them.
Well, you didn't buy the fudge bars, but did you buy something else? How you leave without buying no Bluebell, dog? Like, what is
okay? From what way I understand it, the way I understand marriage, I've never been married. You don't get it all the time, but it's there if you want it.
No, that's not really how marriage works.
No, okay, well, it's there. Whether you're going to get it or not, that's another story.
That's how it works. that's marriage.
So yeah, Bluebell is like marriage.
Yeah, Bluebell is like marriage. That is the title of the episode. Chase, he just talked about his week. How's your week going?
It's been pretty good, man. I went through that job interview and I was like, nah, we good.
Yeah, but see, you never said why.
Well, it's because
they face people. No, okay, bye.
It's because they there's not really guaranteed hours. It's what they call flex, to where like I might get a bunch of hours or I might not get any.
You can't raise
you can't raise an hour.
You can't raise your family on like, I might have some hours or I might not. Like, no, fuck
and
that shit.
And the dude had the gall to, when I was like, hey, well, any other potions where there's guaranteed hours? And he was like, well, there's nothing in life that's guaranteed.
Really, motherfucker?
Wow. So I was just, and it was $11 an hour. And it was in the middle, like, downtown Raleigh. It had a Wilmington Street address, which is the street that goes right in the middle of downtown between the two skyscrapers. And I'm like, I'm not driving all up in all this for maybe $11 an hour.
Yeah, for real. And no guaranteed hours, $11. Nah, we good. So, I guess I understand that. So that means you shaved your beard for nothing. I told you should have cut it down.
Maybe.
Should have been in there. You should have, like, is there any openings for a lumberjack? I'll do that.
Yeah. Grow my beard back out.
I don't know, man. It's been like 80 degrees around here. It's been weird.
No, it's been 40 fucking degrees the last couple of days. I mean, it's like, the weather is always crazy. Like, like midweek last week was like in the low 70s, and now it's in the 40s.
Yeah, well, I didn't really go out any this weekend, so.
Okay.
Right. But I had a birthday. Went to a place called Buffalo Brothers, which is kind of a bar and grill type place, but it's the first time I've been there actually for my birthday dinner. I normally just go to the Mexican restaurant, and then but it's cool because there's pretty much anything on the menu that anybody would like. You know what I mean? They got burgers, they got Philly cheesesteak, they got pizza, they got wings, they got ribs, they got freaking chicken tenders, they got.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like they got chicken tenders.
Well, they got everything else. I mean, if there's nothing on that menu that you'd like, then man, dude, just eat at home forever. You know. But yeah, it was good. It got me Philly because that's kind of my backup. You know, like if there's nothing else on the menu that I don't like, I know. I mean, it's hard to fuck up a Philly. You know.
Au contraire.
Yeah, I had some real shitty Phillies before. Like I mean, I've had some like very, very shitty Phillies, especially if they ain't got no mushrooms, dog.
Yeah, this one had mushrooms. Maybe I've just been lucky on pretty much only place. Oh yeah, well I have had. I went to Sheetz one time. I got a third Philly, and like some of the meat in there, well, it was like tendons or something. I was like got something in my mouth, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" I had to spit it out. Like, I couldn't even chew it. Like that's one thing. I don't really fuck around with like weird ass like pieces of a meat that isn't muscle. You know what I mean? Like gristle and fat. Like fuck all that shit. You know?
Oh man, I could have called this pieces of a meat.
Easy. Pieces of a meat.
Yeah. Okay, but so your birthday was cool?
Yeah, it was cool. And we and there's also a big Steam sale, so got me a bunch of games on my birthday.
Okay. Did you get the good?
I actually got
pair of dice?
No. Did you get the good?
Oh no!
I mean, that's your birthday. Like your birthday and Father's Day are like the 2 days that you're basically guaranteed the good stuff.
Well, I'm cool, man.
Just put them in on the spot.
I'm not cool, but no. That's my birthday. Like you're supposed to look at the very least. Like you're supposed to look out for your boy on the birthday. You know what I'm saying? Look out for your boy.
But yeah, I got Definity Original Sin. That's been really cool so far.
Did you get two?
You know what's another original sin? Like?
Yeah.
Not getting the on your birthday, dog. Like that's all the sin.
Yeah, but tonight we had like a second birthday celebration a little bit. Since my birthday was like in the middle of the week, you know. So Max and Colleen come over tonight, and we watched the new Halloween, which is cool. It's actually pretty decent. I dug it. It kind of
There's only one part I thought was really, really stupid.
The doctor thing.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I thought that was stupid too.
That was so stupid.
I mean, if y'all want to, y'all can spoil that shit because I'm pretty sure not even Blue cares about that.
They listen to the show, they don't want it spoiled.
I'm pretty sure that
spoilers, the really stupid part.
The only one that really is worried about the spoilers is Blue, and I don't think he gives a shit about Halloween. But if y'all want to spoil it, that's fine.
At one point in the movie, like his doctor, I don't know what he was thinking, but he put on the mask and he started walking around with it.
Okay.
In the middle of the street, there was a dead body at his feet.
That does not sound wise at all.
It doesn't look right. It just looked really, really dumb. Like, why do they need to do that? Like visually, it just looks really stupid.
But I do know that the movie was co-written by David Gordon Green, who did like George Washington. Like he's a really good director, and Danny McBride. You know the guy from Pineapple Express, like. But apparently they were really good friends. They both went to the North Carolina School of the Arts together.
Okay.
And so I guess they're both from North Carolina, unless they just went there. But anyway.
Take your shirt off, wave around your head like a helicopter.
You can definitely tell the lines that were like, had Danny McBride written all over it. Like every line by the little kid has got Danny McBride written all over it.
That smart mouth kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a little bit too smart. I mean, if something like that's going on in my house, I would be crapping my pants. I wouldn't be giving out one-liners.
Right. And then that part where the Artie Well, the dad in the movie is played by Artie, the strongest man in the world. From Pete and Pete.
That guy was such a moron.
He said like
I was too old for Pete and Pete, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I never seen that.
Well, he there's a line where he was like, "Oh, I spilled it on my penis," and I was like, "That was Danny McBride. That was like written that line, didn't he?"
Have you ever? You still haven't watched Future Man?
Not yet.
Do you have Hulu?
No.
Man, let me tell you. If you ever watch Future Man, finally this fucking video is done. If you ever watch Future Man, there are some lines that you are just like, that was Seth Rogen, huh? Like, there's some lines that's like, yeah, Seth Rogen wrote that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know that they were producers and they didn't really write this shit, but like, either they you know, they were producers, so they might have some notes. You know what I mean? Like, I had some notes on this shit, but like, yeah, there's a lot of that. Go ahead.
But yeah, I thought the feel of the movie was good. I thought it felt like how the original was, because this movie kind of ignores every Halloween movie except for the first one, which means Michael Myers is not her brother. Like, that was thought of in one of the sequels. In the original, he was never supposed to be her brother.
Okay. Yeah, Paul Rudd never got on the floor and played D&D.
Right.
That didn't happen either.
Yeah, and the black guy in the Future movie never said the funniest but dumbest line ever. And that was the nigga from Spartacus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And Michael Myers didn't fight Busta Rhymes.
Trick or treat.
And he survived that, didn't he?
Well, yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, he survived before LL Cool J survived.
No, LL Cool J was first.
LL Cool J was first?
Resurrection was 2002. H2O was 98.
Okay, I don't know why you can know that off the top of your head, but all right.
I am. Look, one of the first places I went on when I first got on the internet, the first place I went to was a Halloween message board. I mean, come on.
Wow.
I'm like an expert. Well, there are people who know way more than me.
Dark. I'm sorry.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, but I think the mask looked cool. Like, it definitely looked a lot cooler than a lot of the sequels. And some of the sequels, they look dumb.
The one from 4 looked really stupid. No, wait, was it 4 or 5? One of those two looked really dumb.
Yeah. Because it wasn't the Shatner mask anymore.
No, they had done away with that. Well, actually, they had tried to bring it back. But it was just too messed up. It just didn't look right anymore. So they just scrapped it.
I mean, at this point, you could do a Shatner mask that actually looked like Shatner, and it would still be okay.
But yeah, that was my week. It was a little bit of game, a little bit of movie. So I kind of like got a bunch of stuff out of the way since I was a little late.
Jason and I should sit down one day and just do a Halloween. Just have an episode about Halloween on our own.
Yeah, you should do that. Like, y'all are welcome to do whatever the fuck you want to. Just send me the fucking show. Like, Chase, I mean, I'm gonna say this again for the people. Well, I'm gonna say this again for you, but, the people know this already. For, Amber's question, we're all gonna think about it, and we are going to record separately, and then I'm going to send them to you. And I put it out there for the listeners that if they want to record their 5, they can send them in, and then we will put them on the feed. I'm going to send them to you so you can edit them and put them up.
Okay.
Yeah, because I figured that was a little bit too much for this show, which needed to be on the short side.
Right.
Because, and then also I really needed to think about my 5. I have 3. I need to figure out my last 2. I have 3 come to mind, like right off the bat. Bam! I know those 3. But I just couldn't think of the other 2, especially because I couldn't use Mass Effect. But like, why was Mass Effect only not a stipulation for me? Why ain't that a stipulation for you too, Amber?
That's the real question.
Well, did she put Mass Effect on her list?
No, she didn't put a list up yet, but she told me I'm not allowed to say Mass Effect.
No Mass Effect. Yeah.
Right. So ain't no Mass Effect for you neither.
we should put some stipulations for everybody. What am I not allowed to say?
Persona. Anything.
What is Sam not allowed to say?
Skyrim.
Okay, see, now you just completely tied my hands. See, I was like, Skyrim, the Skyrim Special Edition, Skyrim Legendary Edition. And I can go on and on.
Those are the games that we talk about the most. You know what I mean? Like, and games that
really talked about Skyrim on here.
Not on here, but we know this about you. Like, Skyrim is your jam. So like, you need 5 games.
It used to be Saints Row 2 until I played it when they back compatible it. It just doesn't hold up.
I think it kind of does, but kind of doesn't. I think three holds up a lot better than 2 at this point. And I was very not. I was not as high on 3 as I was the first 2. But I think it's the one that holds up more.
Right, definitely. But
they were supposed.
I was playing that and I was like, ugh.
I know they were supposed to be remaking one of them for the Switch. I hope it's not 4. Like
the worst one. Yeah,
the worst one because Crackdown.
It probably is 4.
Probably is, but that'll fucking suck. If it's 4, that's gonna suck, and that's one of the reasons why I got the Switch, because I was like, hey, y'all gonna start doing remakes for the Switch? Cool. Like, you gonna do a Saints Row remake?
You know what I just heard about the Switch?
What about it?
That Xbox Live is coming to the Switch.
Yes, Xbox is trying to bring the live service to the Switch, and I think that is a good fucking idea. I think it's a really good idea. I have no idea how it's going to be implemented, but it's a really good idea because the Switch
Game Pass on there.
The Switch online service is just not optimal. I mean, and I know it's cheaper than the others. And then like they give you those NES games, but like once you play an NES game a couple times, you remember why you don't play those games anymore. Well, for me anyway, I'm not like hugely nostalgic about a lot of things. But like, I put on Mario 3 and I played 1 or 2 other games and I'm just kind of like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah,
I played a platformer.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, when I got the Classic, and I was like, okay, Mega Man, let's go. And within 5 to 10 minutes, I was cursing everybody out.
Yeah. Yep. I 100% understand that, because Mario 3 is a lot harder than it used to be, especially because of the buttons. Like, because I'm used to playing Mario 3 with the buttons being side by side. And I know how to move my thumb, but like the fact that there's other buttons there, so I can't put my thumb as far up, and then and they're also kind of tilted a little bit. It just feels weird. Yeah. That muscle memory just don't work the same when the buttons are different.
Well, but yeah, because I was playing Mario, and I was just like, my reaction time is not the same anymore. I'm old now.
Exactly.
I'm not 9 years old.
And I'm old to whereas like, bruh, I'm gonna tell you, trying to play 2K on the Switch is like the hardest thing ever, because it's a straight port. It is not made for that little ass screen. And trying to like read things, especially when you're at work and you got your volume turned down, so you have to try to read the subtitles. Bruh, that shit is not designed for that. Like, it's not designed for that. That screen is fucking small. And here's the worst part. Like, they announced that they're making a smaller one. How the fuck are you making it smaller? Like, I need a bigger one. Like, I need y'all to do what y'all did with the DS and make an XL or something like that. I will buy a whole. I will buy a whole ass Switch just to have a bigger one if it was available. I will buy a whole ass new Switch. Like, I would do it. I would spend the same amount of money. I would spend slightly more, but I would spend more money for a whole ass larger Switch. Like, for real, this shit is too fucking small to try to read. It is. I'm old. Like, this shit is just, look, I'm almost 40. So like, bruh, this shit is just, is a bit too much for your boy.
But I played a platformer, man, that was legit.
and I haven't really played a platformer in a while, other than the Rayman games I played with Aiden, which is like it was pretty fun to play with a kid. But it's called 140, and it's like the most minimalistic thing I've ever played in my life. But you're just like a square, everything's just like basic shapes, and you just do the platforming. But then when you go to a different stage, at first it was like there's no sound. And then it would just like you get more sound, and then you realize it's like beats. And then the platforming starts to where you have to listen to the music to know where. So you have to time your platforming with a beat. And so it becomes kind of like a music game, like a rhythm game. And it's pretty legit, man. And like the music's really good.
Okay. I won't really go into my week because I went into it extensively on the Dream Team earlier today, about how Virginia is taking all of these L's, because of the blackface controversies, and the guy who we was hoping would take over this now has 2 sexual assault scandals.
The guy that was behind the other dude.
Yeah.
So
So we thought we can get the blackface dude out, and was like, all right, we got a brother in there, and then somebody, a lady that may or may not have been assaulted, was like, well, you know what? I was assaulted. It's like, bruh, then we can't even get the brother in. Like, what the fuck? And then the guy behind the brother is like, yeah, I got a blackface too. And it's like, for real? Like,
the one that was talking about he was Diana Ross or something? Was that him? Somebody else.
No, I think no. I think the governor said he was trying to be Michael Jackson.
He was trying to be Michael Jackson. Okay, so there was another.
And then
a rapper.
Curtis Blow. He was trying to be Curtis. Blow. He was trying to be Curtis Blow, and then yeah, and he's the one that's supposed to be Curtis Blow is the one. He's the attorney general or something like that. So he's basically third in line. So like,
so there's another guy who said he was trying to be Diana Ross because he really liked her music.
There's another dude who is in Virginia politics. I don't know, I try not to think about this that much, but he said, you know what? I was the editor of that yearbook, and yeah, go ahead and get him up out of there. Just go ahead and get him up out of there too. He was the editor of the yearbook, and he let all this shit slide. So like, you can't be governor either. Like, all y'all got to go sit down somewhere, or we got to just keep the governor there. And like, it's just Virginia's just taking a whole bunch of L's.
Did you see what that first dude went on TV and they asked him, "Can you still do can you still moonwalk?" And that dude was about to get up and moonwalk, but his wife was like, "Nah,
bruh." She saved. No, she blocked us, dog. She blocked us from what could have been.
That would have got,
bruh. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been one of the greatest moments in Virginia politics ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and also how smooth his moonwalk was. Probably would have had me forgive some things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably, like, if you say you were trying to be Michael Jackson, you were doing a dance competition or something like that, and they asked him, if you can still fucking moonwalk, then I know you telling the truth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was really trying to be Michael Jackson. I can tell that you practice this shit. And so, like, you still got that muscle memory, and I will believe you. I will believe anything you say after you hit a smooth ass moonwalk. But she stopped us from getting what could have been the greatest moment in Virginia politics ever.
So that blackface school stuff was in Virginia?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's been others that just started to pop up elsewhere, but no, all this shit is Virginia. And it was in like both of the schools that he went to, like he went to VMI, which is a military academy. And then this happened at a Virginia medical school. In their yearbook is where these pictures came from. So like, if you black in Virginia, you already know to avoid these schools. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are the 2 schools that he went to are 2 of the places where we just like, you keep your black ass away from there. You know what I mean? Like, for most of us, we already know. Like, this is not like, none of this is new to us. This is just new to everybody. And now the whole state looks dumb as fuck right now. And like, people are just like, what the fuck is going on in Virginia? No, it's the same as Virginia has always been. It's just now y'all know it's the same as Virginia has always been. So, I don't know. It's just like, it's some fucked up shit. But like, I have to remind people like, bruh, you do realize that Richmond was supposed to be the capital of the Confederacy. Like, that's strike one. Strike two, like, we already been, I've been telling people for years just how racist the shit gets around here. So like, and like, nobody believed me until just right now. That's strike two. Strike three, the Confederate flag that we all hate, that was the Confederate of an army in Virginia. That was the flag for army in Virginia. So technically that's ours too. Strike three. We out.
But y'all blue.
We blue now, but like, let's be honest, we blue only because of Northern Virginia. Like, very few places around here. Now, Richmond itself did go blue, but like, most of this state is red as fuck when it comes to voting. And then Northern Virginia, who was closest to all of this shit, was just like, nah, we can't let y'all do this to us.
Is it like, okay, like Texas, the big cities are mostly blue. It's the little towns that are red, and they make it the majority.
Yeah, man. Like, if there's a large pasture in your town, it's probably red.
Right.
So it's crazy, but like, I don't know. It's just weird. I had people confess blackface to me over the course of the week, including my boss. Okay. But see, my boss...
I'm not surprised
but see, my boss, I kind of had to absolve him from it. I talked about all of this shit on the Dream Team already, but I absolved him because he wasn't trying to be a person. He was or something? No, he was trying to be a gold toe sock. It was during Halloween, and there was some sort of marketing campaign involved when he was in college, and he went as a gold toe sock. So, like, because of that, and then I had somebody that don't even work with me confessed that he did blackface while trying to pretend to be 50 Cent.
So, like, what do you say to people who say stuff like that to you?
You can only say one thing. That is really the only thing that you can say. Blackface is never a good idea. Never. And that's the only thing that you can say when you're in, like, my position, to where it's like...
they're just trying to clean their skin with the charcoal thing.
Yeah, but once you do the charcoal mask, like, well, that
you don't go outside with that,
right? And then also, like, you do realize that whole thing with the charcoal mask got a chick kicked out of fucking college for that shit. Like, she took a picture of her in the charcoal mask. Yeah, she was taking selfies and shit, and she said, "Look, I'm a nigger," or some shit like that. She said on fucking Snapchat. She did the shit on Snapchat. Somebody fucking grabbed that bitch off of Snapchat, and her ass got kicked out of the college for that. So like, blackface is never a good idea. And if there and like, I kind of understand, like, a little bit from the perspective of, like, my boss. Like, and we talked about this on the Dream Team also. I think he was just trying to get ahead of it all, just in case somebody got a picture of him and
somebody popped up with it.
Yeah, somebody popped up with this shit of him as gold toe sock. You know what I mean? Like, and it's made worse that he did the sock, but the gold toe part of the sock was his hood from the hoodie that he was wearing. I guess he just wanted to get out in front of it. Like, I understand it. I understand that this shit comes up and you're just like, bruh, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. I don't want you to, and then the worst part about it is, like, I'm one of two people that works in the office that are black, and the other dude was doing work stuff, so he wasn't in the office, so I'm the only black person in the office when this shit comes up. And then, like, okay, here's a part that I didn't actually get to say on the Dream Team, and then we'll get into our stuff real quick. We're only doing 2 each. Well, I only have 2 each. And, Sam pretty much only has 2 each. So this whole thing comes up, and I have two bosses. One of my bosses is the liberal, the one that the gold toe sock is the liberal, and then I have one.
I thought gold toe sock was the other one.
No, the conservative. He starts.
He's straight up as in blackface.
Yeah, no, he starts talking about like other shit, and he brings up Al Roker, and I'm like, and I know that he is a fan of conservative media. And I wonder if one of them said something about Al Roker, because Al Roker was accused of cultural appropriation, but he just dressed up as Doc Brown for Halloween. He didn't paint his face.
Really?
Like, for real, he had like the wig and stuff and he wore the clothes, but he didn't paint his face. So I'm wondering, like, who in the conservative media that he consumes, who in the conservative media that he consumes actually brought that up as a point? Because like, I was like, I don't remember Al Roker doing no shit like that. So I actually looked up, Al Roker, and I said whiteface. Like, I said Al Roker whiteface, and then all of these things popped up with pictures of him dressed up as Doc Brown, and he was accused of doing something crazy when the only thing he did was dress up as Doc Brown, and he didn't, he put a wig on and he didn't change his face. So like, we're not talking about the same thing here, but he 100% believes that Al Roker did it. So why the fuck can't we? Like that type of thing. And I was like, what kind of shit do you be listening to, dog?
Wrestling.
And he doesn't even like bring up, why would he bring up something that isn't even really an argument? Like he would have had a better argument with like Dave Chappelle or something, but
or like
white chicks. He would have had a much better thing. He would have had a much better situation with just bringing up white chicks. Yeah. But like white chicks,
that's like
it's on the same level. I will admit that white chicks is on the same level as doing blackface, but
it's also just not a very good movie.
I've never seen it.
White Chicks is fucking hilarious. White Chicks is fucking hilarious, even though, with all of that makeup and stuff that they put on to be those white ladies, one, they didn't look anything like the ladies that they were pretending to be, and two, they just look fucking weird. Like, they didn't look like real people. They just looked like people that were wearing masks.
Yeah, I saw like an image of it at first, and I was like, "This stuff will give me nightmares if I keep looking at this."
Yeah, and what makes it even worse is if you actually watch the movie, there were actually two chicks that they were emulating, and they looked nothing like those chicks at all. Like nothing. But like they were accepted as being these chicks in this movie, where there's a huge suspension of disbelief in that movie. But like, we're not going to talk about white chicks.
Man, let's talk about that. Okay.
Oh, Soul Man, that's blackface.
But it's like how he walked around and thought that he was that dude.
But like, okay, so here's the one thing about Soul Man that I could say. He kind of looked like Gregory Abbott, and like because he kind of looked like Gregory Abbott, people kind of let that shit slide. Like, you know what I mean? Like Gregory Abbott is a very, very light skinned. He was a singer back in the day, and he was very. Well, I'm talking to Chase because Chase don't know who Gregory Abbott is. And he had like, what did he have, like green eyes or gray eyes or something like that?
They were kind of greenish.
Yeah.
Like bluish, greenish.
Yeah, and he had the same kind of hairstyle with the just really curly stuff. Like, so Soul Man kind of looked like Gregory Abbott, so we kind of let that slide a little bit. Like, and Soul Man was one of those movies that always came on HBO, and like, so it was just like, all right, fine, I guess. You know what I mean?
I was always confused. I was like, Ray Don Chung married that man, even after that.
Right. So it was just one of those things. He kind of looked like Gregory Abbott. So we had to let that ride. Cause let's be honest, Gregory Abbott, even though like he was like half and half or something like that, or I don't know whether he was all the way black or whatever, but Gregory Abbott, in some of his pictures kind of looked like he's in a little bit of blackface himself. I mean, if we're being honest, like, apparently his parents came from Venezuela. So he wasn't even one of us? For real? This is news to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is all right. So I'm just happy that I don't have to listen to Shake You Down no more.
What about what was it? The Vietnam parody movie. What's it called?
The one that you're the one that the guy that you were talking about was in. The guy who wrote the guy who wrote Halloween was in that movie. Yeah. He was the explosives guy, right?
Yeah.
But I think it was discussed. Like the whole idea of blackface was discussed in the movie when he had the conversation with the black dude about like how fucked up that situation is. Like, so like if we can be in a situation to where there's a conversation about it and like how this is wrong, then I think we're okay. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was just, he didn't make his face black so he could pretend to be 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Or Michael Jackson, who has never ever been that dark. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is just
Soul Man is a little weird.
Soul Man is very weird, but he looked like Gregory Abbott, so we got to let that ride.
Even when I saw that as a kid, I was like, this is disturbing.
Yeah, but it was around that time where it was a lot of those kind of movies, like Just One of the Guys, where it was somebody just pretending to be someone they're not.
Well, there's an episode of the A-Team where, like, the guy with the Man of Many Faces or whatever, he dresses up as a black waiter. And like that was around that time, and I saw that recently, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a bit much."
I'm still on
Short Circuit 2, man.
My
whole life, 1 and 2. My whole life, I thought that
dude was Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, I never. And then, dude, that dude is white as hell.
For real?
Yeah, that dude's a white dude.
Yeah, that's a white man.
As hell.
Hold on, we have to do this now. Like we might have to cut this shit shorter than we expected because we have to. I have to know this.
Know this.
I did not know this. Like, for real, the dude who we thought was Indian is not Indian.
No,
not at all. Not at all.
Mr. Stevens.
Bruh, what is we doing right now? For real? Like, yo, I hate everything right now. Like, I hate everything right now. How did we miss this? How did we miss this? I'm thrown back by this.
I actually didn't learn that maybe when I was first on the internet and I was reading up, because I was like, I wonder what else this dude did in his career, and I looked it up and I'm like, wait, what's happening here?
You know, that is a whole ass white man, like, for real.
Tell it to me.
That is a whole ass white man, like, for real. I'm like really thrown back by this, like, okay, fine. You know what? I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop there. All right,
his name was even a parody. His name was Ben Jabbit to ya. I mean, come on.
But like, for real, that's like, I'm like, really, this has really got me fucked up. Like, I haven't watched this in a long ass time, but still, what the fuck, man?
His mind's blown.
And it's completely blown. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, so we got to get to our stuff real quick because we have we got 10 minutes.
Fisher Stevens fucked me up.
Yeah, for real. That's a whole ass white man. Like, for real? Like, that's what we doing right now?
Okay, so I'll stick to one.
Okay.
You guys go first.
You just talking about our stuff?
Oh yeah, I was just saying, like, I have one. I cut mine down to one. Yeah, one.
No, look. All we have to do is just talk about our stuff very briefly, Chase.
What stuff?
The what we've been watching and what we've been playing. We can do this fast as long as Chase doesn't fucking elaborate. That's all we have to do. All we have to do is just do that, and we can wrap this shit up and get the fuck out. Like, that's all we have to do. But that is 100% relying on Chase to do the right fucking thing right now.
I always do the right thing.
No, the fuck you don't. All right, so me
I just want to like step all over my thing, man. I'm trying to show who I am,
bro.
Sorry, you were like 30 minutes late. So
no, 45 minutes late. Like let's be honest, it was 45 minutes late. So, all right, so I'll go first, just to prove that I can do this very quickly.
You say Al Gore first?
Oh, well. I finished season 2 of Runaways. I really like it. I like the changes that they made, but they still kept some things from the comics. It's actually pretty dope. And then I'm back on watching Manifest, which it was not a show that I thought I was going to like, but I really kind of like it. I still hope that I don't get the Lost vibe from it. And as far as what I've been playing a ton of NBA Live 19, because I got tired of my character sucking in 2K, and I didn't want to pay any more money to make my character better enough. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna start playing Live, and I really wish Live was on the Switch. And I may have possibly played a little bit of Killing Floor, but I can't really remember. So I'm just going to say I possibly played some Killing Floor. Sam.
All right. So after Superior Donuts was canceled and I got to the end of that, I had to look for something else to watch. So I found the David Wayne's Jr. show, Happy Together, with him and Amber Easton. Really, really funny. David Wayne Jr. is a funny dude.
Yeah, he's funny in a few little things that I see of him in The New Girl.
Like, there are like subtle jokes that they don't, because like the guy that lives with them, he's an Australian dude, and so he wrote a book. He wrote like a life self-help book, and so they're reading it, and they never mention the title, but you see the title is on the cover of the book. The title of the book is "That's Not a Life, This Is a Life." You can play on the Crocodile Dundee.
I know. We know what it is. We know what it is.
So, like, yeah, but they never mention this. You just see the cover when they're reading it, and I just thought it was the funniest thing ever.
That is kind of funny.
So, like, yeah, like this is a great show, and I hope it outlasts Superior Donuts, because that was a funny show that I loved, and this is a funny show that I'm going to grow to love, and they better not kill it. Word. And as far as what I've been playing, I finally finished Chase. I finally finished Tacoma.
Oh, nice.
It was like $6 on Xbox Live, so I picked that up, despite having it on PC. Yeah, that ending got me. Like, because these are the same dudes. These are the same people that made Gone Home. Mm-hmm. That ending got me, and then I didn't think they will be able to repeat the twist, like any kind of twist ending. So I was like, okay, whatever. Until the very end, where they get you with the twist at the end, you're like, oh, damn, you got me.
You know what? I Gone Home, the twist. I was happy. I felt a little bit emotional, but then I just got angry that I didn't get none of the supernatural shit that was telegraphed at the beginning of the game.
Here's my thing about the Gone Home ending. You know, her parents are just gonna go get her back. They're gonna drag her back to the house.
Pretty much.
So yeah, no, like the ending of Tacoma, that one got me. I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to just play straight through, but no, they got me. They did their job. They earned their $6.
Word up.
So yeah, that's about it.
Chase.
Well, I played Divinity: Original Sin. It's really good. It's like isometric view, kind of like Diablo, but it's a regular RPG with turn-based battle system. But so far, though, it's really cool because you have two people that you control, so you can co-op it. Or if you play by yourself, you just play with both of them. So I just have me and Amber as the two characters, and I level up them both separately. And that's the really cool feature for, if you're not playing with whoever you're playing with, you still play with their character. So.
Word. You watched anything?
Well, I already talked about Halloween and all that, so I already talked about what I watched.
Okay. So you played nothing else?
Not really. I just kind of been playing that. Oh, I mean, I've played some other things, but I don't enjoy those.
Okay. All right. So I think that's it. We actually got this thing done early. We still got 2 more minutes. I should fill for 2 minutes.
Chase, get up and do a dance.
I did get some light feedback from talking about Big Boy on the last episode. And I just wanted to point out that, you know, I didn't do that so people could tell me how, you know, how it was for me to talk about it. Like, I wanted to talk about him because I felt like he deserved to be talked about. But like, thank you to the people who reached out, after that episode. And, I'm going to try to see if I can go back and find, a few more episodes other than the Mew episode. I just, like, the Mew episode always comes first to my mind because the shit was so funny, and it's mostly because of him. You know, like, I'm there and we're just talking about stuff, but like, he made that shit funny. He made it funny enough for me to turn on the recorder because it was just us having a conversation.
See, I kind of missed that about Scarcasm. Just shows where it was just two people just having a random conversation, and it was just, I was sitting on the porch laughing at it, and it just felt like y'all were right here. You were just chilling.
Yeah, you know what? Well, that's a conversation for off the show, but I kind of wanted to go back to the Scarcasm Nepo show idea that me and Scott were doing, where we kind of split off the video games and the other stuff. So we could focus more on just riffing and just like feeding off of each other to make a show, instead of
like when we recorded early that Sunday and you weren't tired and we were just talk about nothing and everything at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, or kind of like how it was when we waited for you for 45 minutes. Like, we were talking about some good shit, and the fact that you weren't here, the shit wasn't recorded, and yeah, we were talking about some good shit, and then none of that was recorded. So I think I like to get back into more of an organic type of show.
So you're recording, right?
Yes, I am recording now. I'm recording on OBS. So like, I kind of want to get back to a more organic show, but because we record so late, it's kind of like, I don't really want to be up till midnight trying to figure out, like, you know, trying to figure this shit out. So like, the idea of trying to do an organic show this late in the evening or late at night, as far as today goes, that is the problem with having that organic show. But I think if we split off the gaming stuff to whereas we do a show mostly about gaming and then we do a show mostly about everything else, it might make it a little bit more organic, kind of the way that we did before we start to, you know, like, that's the reason why we typically talk about our weeks first. You know, like, you know, just bring up just weird stuff and just kind of riff off each other. Like, you know, the short circuit conversation, like, that wouldn't have happened if we didn't leave room for that. So, you know, this is kind of like a, you know, show meeting on the air. But I typically enjoy those more. And I don't know how we get back to that. I started coming up with the 3 in 3 idea because we all had a lot to talk about. So I was trying to figure out a way to limit that for the time. But I think we should just let it rip for, you know, just let it rip for an hour, and, you know, then we can figure the shit out from there. I think it's probably the best thing to do. Or either we could do a show and let it rip, and then we can talk about our things separately, like how we're going to do for the 5 games that we come back to, and just do that as
we could kind of put our, you know, mention our stuff whenever, because it's not like our stuff is like, apparently, like, oh, I played the new whatever. Like, yeah, I'm playing a game that's like 3 years old. Nobody gives a shit.
Right. Or like me playing RimWorld or some shit like that, where I'm playing a game that's 5 years old. Speaking of that, I edited more Prison Architect. I know no one gives a shit, but I have. So that's going to be going up on the GGR feed shortly, GGRU feed shortly. And I haven't played in like over a week because I recorded all of this shit at one point, but the pieces were too large. So like trying to encode this one show took like 2 hours. So yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm going to put that up. I'll probably set that to upload tonight. So more Prison Architect. And then eventually I want to get into some RimWorld and all that other stuff, but that's just going to take time. So look for that on the GGR feed, and look for us to make some changes to the format. I think changing the format a little bit is going to work out great for everybody, and we can get back to what we really like doing, like is like being fucking funny and entertaining and enjoying the people. And so like I think a lot of that is coming. The anniversary show is going to be next week. I haven't lined up a guest for the anniversary show. I think I have an idea. So
I was talking to somebody that may be a guest at some point. I don't know. You know Chalfie?
Who?
Well, his name's Chalfie. He's part of other groups or whatnot. But I was talking to him, and I think I'll get him in on the guest because I've been listening to their show. They have a show called Games We Don't Play. And if that's not a show title that could be also a show title for Scarcasm, I don't know what is. But they're very much like us, and he started listening to our show. And he was like, dude, you guys are like our type of shit.
Yeah. One last thing I need to remember to talk about. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I didn't want to forget this. Shout out to Wire Junkie, who saw like Meef got me a few more subscriptions to the YouTube by posting about the painting that I made for Mason. And so somebody saw that, Wire Junkie saw that, and he said he wanted to start making, well, actually, I don't know whether Wire Junkie is a he or a she. So let me back off that one. But Wire Junkie said that they wanted to make, well, no, actually, Wire Junkie is a he. Wire Junkie said he wanted to make some paintings for the next, the Rocket League tournament, the next time that they have the Rocket League tournament. So he asked me about doing the paintings, and he's made a couple, and they are fucking dope. And he's actually doing this as a part of his extra life. He's actually giving out paintings to people who donate, a certain amount. So.
Cool. Yeah, I noticed he joined the Discord.
Yeah, he asked, he did, and then he sent me private messages about doing the paintings and stuff like that and how I do it. I gave him some tips how to get started. And the two that he's made so far have been pretty fucking dope. So go check out Wire Junkie 42 on the Twitter and donate to his extra life, because you can get some paintings by donating to the extra life. Word up.
We need all the extra lives.
Yeah, donate to all of them, but you can get some paintings out the deal.
Yeah.
Word up. So, that's the show. Thank y'all for checking your boys out. We appreciate y'all. And we'll be back next week, with the anniversary show. I have an idea. I don't know if my idea is going to work out, but I'm going to try.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. All right, I ain't gonna talk.